This the Hot Podcast, honest, open, and transparent. And we got a special guest in here, SB Jones, and we gonna get into him after this. Let's get it.
Wale Woo Entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, we finna go all the way in on this one.
I had to hustle hard, was nothing but this. My mama told me, son, you gotta stay focused. Lost a couple friends, but watch who you roll with. Feel like I didn't deserve it, but fuck it, that's old shit. And I did it for my hood, I'm repping the whole set. Every day I pay it day, and I'm cashing the whole check. Don't call that shit a loss if you're breaking your own neck. Put your feelings to the side and just try to stay focused. Came up in a small town with a big dream, now I'm on now. Had to stay down till the come up, had to hustle hard for the come up. Never been down with the worst luck. Hold your head when it get rough, ain't shit to eat, boy, it got tough. Had to stay focused, I had to hustle hard with nothing I wouldn't risk. I almost lost my life fucking with this street shit. Don't ever feed a nigga you ain't never eat with. No rules in the game, we just on some street shit. My mama told me, son, just be about your business. Fuck a hater, fuck a bitch, swear I'm on some G shit. Ain't never took a loss that I couldn't deal with. I'm a boss and now I never let you in this mob shit. See this game I live, I swear I play for keeps. Don't say you're winning if your whole team can't eat. I made it through the worst, it's just some shit you can't beat. Stay focused, never let up, let me tell you one thing. I had to hustle hard, was nothing but this.
Okay.
My mama told me, son, you gotta stay focused. Lost a couple friends, but watch who you roll with. Feel like I didn't deserve it, but fuck it, that's whole shit.
Hey, I gotta put the video on this when I play that, cause this video was hard. I see you mess with Wale Woo a lot.
That's my dog.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wale Woo, man. That's my motherfucking
Shout out
dog,
to Wale.
man.
Yeah, cause definitely. Every time I see one of your videos, Wale Woo on it. So
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Kid Fresh too, man. That's really my dog for real. Like,
yeah.
My homeboy Kid Fresh, man. That's like the best motherfucking. You need your motherfucking video shot, man. Hit up Kid Fresh, man, for real.
Yeah, straight up. So man, SB Jones, man, we in the building with SB.
Yes, sir. What it do, man? Perry, Florida, stand up, man. We here.
Hey, straight up. So hey, look. So a lot of people may not know who you is. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Man, SB, man, straight out of Perry, Florida, man. You don't know what Perry, Florida is over there by Tallahassee, man. I'm just a real nigga, man. Just, laid back, you know what I'm saying, about my family, about my kids, about this music, and definitely about this money, you know what I'm saying? It's straight business. Straight up.
So this podcast is called Hot, honest, open, and transparent. Well, we just gonna keep it 100. And see, I've been seeing a lot of your interviews. You just did the porch interview.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Dirty Bastards, man.
Yeah. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. I want you to go deeper.
Yeah, we got to go deeper, man. You know what I'm saying? That interview I did, it was light, you know what I'm saying? But this shit get way deeper than that, man. So I had to give y'all the exclusive. Exclusive.
Yeah, we got to get the exclusive. So you say you from Perry, Florida. Tell us a little bit about Perry, Florida, because a lot of people don't know about them back road cities, but them back road cities be getting off too now.
Man, them back road cities might be the dangerous ones.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of shit going on in them back roads.
Straight up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm straight from the back roads, man. Perry, Florida, man. It's just a small city, country town, man, where niggas get money. I like to tell people that because I think a lot of times they think that, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't from a major city that you ain't really getting money like that. But
yeah, that's
where I'm from, man, it's a lot of niggas getting money down there, you know what I'm saying? But
straight up.
You know what I'm saying? But, Perry, it ain't really too much to do. So it's a lot of trouble to get in too.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's a lot of trouble to get in. But I've just been able to, you know what I'm saying, keep my face clean, you know what I'm saying, throughout living in Perry and being in the streets. I was able to keep my face clean, so I ain't really get into much trouble like that.
Yeah. So let's go back to the beginning, because we want people to get a whole just big grasp of who SB Jones is. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk about, back when you was young with Miss Ruby Austin.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your grandmother.
Man, shout out to Ruby Lee, man. That was my baby right there.
Yeah. Let's go back to those days. How was it growing up in Miss Ruby household as a young child?
Man, growing up in that household, man, I felt like I was the only child. You know what I'm saying? I came up under my uncles. You know what I'm saying? I had two uncles that was there at the time when I was a jit. and I came up after them, but you know what I'm saying, they wasn't really letting a nigga get out there in the streets. They wouldn't let me do nothing. So my grandma really just had a leash on me at the time, you know what I'm saying, give me everything I want, you know what I'm saying, but you know, we still struggled though, like any black family, you know what I'm saying? You know, a nigga still was eating cereal with water, you feel me? Like, nigga was really going through it, but I couldn't really tell because, you know what I'm saying, everything was given to me. So I ain't really understand that, you know, we ain't have it, you know what I'm saying, or none of that, because it was never told to me like that. Like, nah, not this time, we can't get it. It was always, okay, you want it, here it is. You know, it might not be how you want it, but here it is.
It came to you,
Right. You know, my grandma did. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was like the neighborhood grandma. She wasn't just my grandma. She was like the neighborhood grandma.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You come to my house
for
and eat, you know what I'm saying? You come to my house, take a bath, you know what I'm saying? My homeboys used to run away from home, and their mamas already know they at my house. You feel me? Like they used to call, like,
straight up.
He over there? Yeah, he over here. All right, well, I'm gonna let him stay tonight. But when in the morning, send his ass home.
Yeah. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the best grandmas, bro.
Yeah, man. She was the free cut lady, the candy lady. She was all that in one. You come in and get your ice cream cone, whatever you were looking for. You know what I'm saying? Pig feet, sausage, all that shit.
Oh boy, you in the game then. You used to sit around the house eating up all the.
Man, I used to sit around the house eating up all that shit, man. I used to get it for free. They used to come to me like, shit, man. Hey, see if you can go in there and get this. I'm like, man, y'all better pay for that shit, man.
Straight up.
That shit just for me. That free shit just for me now. Grandma still gotta make her money now.
Hey, straight up. So you know, we gonna come back to Miss Ruby because that's a very big topic in your life. We gonna come back to that. But let's go to the point in your life where you know you first went into the streets with your cousin, innocent young boy. You driving for him. Talk about those times.
Man, you know, I think it was around the time when I was about 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? I used to always see my cousins at the store and shit, but I don't know they my cousins. They used to just be looking at me like they wanted to speak to me, but they ain't never really speak to me because they used to say I used to always have like this mug on my face and shit. But they used to always ask my grandma like, hey, you know what I'm saying, why you always looking like you mad? And I really wasn't mad. It just,
that's
you know,
how you look.
That's just how I was looking. Like, So when I finally did find out that they was my cousins on my daddy's side and shit, I found out too that they was like some of the biggest drug dealers in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like I started hanging with them because I wanted to be in that lifestyle. I just wanted to hang with them because I wanted to know more about my family. But in transitioning of hanging with them,
they got you in the street.
It got me in the street. So now I'm hanging in all these trap houses and shit and not even understanding what a trap house is that young. I never been exposed to that shit. So when they exposing me to it, I really don't really know how dangerous this shit is and what's really going on around me. You know what I'm saying? And by them saying, hey, cuz, take me over here. Because they know I got good licenses and all that shit. So they ain't got no license. So they're like, hey, look, cuz, drive me over here. So I'm just driving. But they got the car with the rims on it. So I'm thinking this shit cool. I get to drive the car with the big ass rims on it and all that shit. So we pulling up making sales, but I don't even know we making sales. All I know is at the end of the night, they just keep breaking me off. $10, $20, $30, $40. I'm going home. I got $150 and all I did today was drive. So I want to do that shit every day. Every day I want to do that.
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
And you don't need to know.
I don't need to know.
Money.
I don't need to know.
Hey, I lived that same lifestyle with my cousin. My cousin was from Miami, so they came to Gainesville, which is where I'm from, and they bought that whole Miami street fast lifestyle. And well, I don't know what they doing, but I just know I'm seeing money. I'm seeing people come in and out their house and all this, so I definitely understand. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't gonna tell me nothing. And see, your people was good because they bought you shit, but my people ain't buy me a damn thing. Boy, they stand you, boy. But man, let's go to the point in life where, you know, A-Love.
Man, A-Love, man. For the people that really know me, man, for the people that's watching me, for the people back home, y'all know what A-Love was, man. A-Love was the pretty boy. A-Love was, you know, the popular kid in school, all the girls. He had all the girls. I was getting in trouble with the girls. You know, that was my first tattoo. You know what I'm saying? I was like 16 when I got my first tattoo. I was using my uncle ID. He was like 25. But in Tallahassee, man, they don't give no shit. You come with that money, they gonna tattoo you up. So when I went there, it was the first motherfucking tattoo I got. You know what I'm saying? And A-Love was just really that popular kid. You know what I'm saying? I was just popular in my school. I was popular with the females. I was popular. Niggas was hating on me. You feel me? But I had my homeboys too. I had my set. You know what I'm saying? And we was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? A-Love was really like the innocent kid. You know what I'm saying? When I first started making music, I was making, you know what I'm saying, love music. I was, you know, Plies had just came out around that time, so it was cool to talk about, you know what I'm saying, sex and women and money and all that. So that was A-Love at the time, you know what I'm saying. I was that person.
And you say this Brown 15, 16.
Yeah, I was like 15 going on 16 when this happened.
So talk about you 15, 16. Is the equipment that you getting to record your stuff? Are you going to a studio or are you buying your own equipment?
Man, I ain't even know how to get in a studio.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I ain't had nobody to be like, oh, you want to make music? Like, come with me. Let me show you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? All I knew was back in the 90s when my uncle and them used to rap, they used to have that tape recorder where you press down the play button and the record button at the same time.
And take off.
And you take off. And that's how I came up as a kid, watching them do that type of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And every now and then I get my little 15 seconds of fame and I'll be able to hop on there and do something real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, you know, when I got old enough to make my own music, man, I just went to Walmart. I got me one of them little slim little microphones. That bitch about this long. It looked like a stick. And all that bitch got is a little audio jack. And all you can do is plug that bitch up into your computer. And then the program, man, I don't even remember what that. I don't even remember what that was called. But it wasn't no legit program. We would just record.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We would just record. And we quickly evolved from that to it's a microphone called a snowball mic.
Yeah, yeah.
And that bill probably like $100. And I got that and another little cheap program, and that mic kind of sat on the table just like this with 3 little prongs, and the mic be right there in your face, and it was a USB mic. It wasn't nothing fancy, but it was just an upgraded way for us to get the music in.
Yeah, yeah, it got the job done.
Yeah.
So how was you pushing your music at that time? Like, was your friends helping you? Did you know what I'm saying? How was you getting your music out there?
Man, my friends weren't really helping me at that time. It was really just me and my boy HQ. Shout out to HQ.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was making the. You know, we decided on this. I'm a focus on how to, you know, engineer the music, and he gonna focus on how to make the beats. So he started off focusing on how to use Fruity Loops and all these different beat programs. And whenever we got a beat and it was time to lay down the music, I'm gonna focus on how to engineer it and make sure that we sound decent before we put it out. But in my hood, I was already known as a nigga that was making CDs anyway. So people would come to my grandma's house and I would be selling CDs, mixed CDs. This before, you know, Bluetooth and all this shit. So now I'm selling mixed CDs for like $5. My grandma thought I was selling drugs out the house. I had grown people coming to my house, knocking on the door. Miss Ruby, such and such, he in the house. Yeah, he right here. I'm
Looking
selling
for CDs.
Yeah, I'm selling CDs, $5 CDs.
Of yourself or like
of other music,
like Plies,
yeah, Plies and all that.
Yeah.
So when I started making music, I was able to slide one of my little songs on there.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
You getting a record with about 15, 18 tracks. Mine playing at number 15. I was able to put my music on there.
Hey, you know, that remind me of what Joe do, because that's how we know each other, by the way. Because, you know, Joe actually brought me to your city, and that's the next
boy Sleaze.
Shout out to Sleaze. Yeah, that's gonna be the next thing we talk about is Kodak music. But like, you know, in transition of what we talk about now, Joe was my manager.
Right.
So, you know, Joe would tell me like, man, what we need to do is put some songs on a CD, you know, put some Ush on there, put some this on there, put some Silk on there.
That sounds just like that nigga.
Slide one of your songs on there, and you in the game, Pat. Ain't nobody gonna stop listening to Silk. Let Me Lick You Up and Down, or In It Genuine, or something like that. Slide one of your songs in there, and you in the game. So he used to tell me to do that same thing. So I'm glad you actually, you know, I don't know who started that, if it was you or anybody else.
And listen, that shit worked. That shit worked, bro. Believe it or not, that shit worked.
Shout out to the hustle, man. Hey, you can't beat the hustle.
For real. All groundwork, man.
Yeah, boy, you can't beat the hustle. Boy, that hustle A1, because Sleaze told me to do that, and I did it a couple times, and then I get a phone call back like, man, who was this at number? You know, I used to put. See, you saying you put yours at the end. I used to put mine at the beginning. Yeah, I'm on number 3 or something like that. 2 or 3. I want them to hit me, because before you take this CD out and just put it in the side of your car, I want you to be able to hear 1 through 3 and hear one of my songs. So, but that's just how I was. Like, I wanted them to actually hear my shit early in the CD and be like, damn, I ain't never hear this before. What this is?
And we used to just, you know, I used to do it like that, but it was also a combination of just me being in high school at the time too. Yeah. So I used to burn, like, once I figured out, like, I ain't even really know how to make CD covers at the time. So I used to just print, like, I used to get an image and I learned how to put my myself, you know what I'm saying, on an image, and I would put like the track listing on the same side, like it wasn't even two-sided, and then we would burn like 10. Like I would go to Family Dollar. I used to remember they had these CDs, these little cheap CDs at Family Dollar, and you can get like 20 CDs for like $5.99. And I would take that 20 pack and burn them all up, and then I would get like the regular CD cases back in the day when it used to open up, and it had a graphic on this side and the CD on that side. I would package them up like that, and I would just take them to school with me, and I would just pass them out to the students. So that's how we started out too. It wasn't just like with the mix CDs, but like we was passing out my own CDs, but it was a combination of both though, just trying to get the word out.
So you wasn't selling your CDs, you was just giving them out.
Nah, we was passing it out like cake.
You ain't feel like A-Love was worth them $2-3?
Man, I ain't even know what I was doing at the time. So I couldn't charge nobody. You know what I'm saying? I used to always tell people, like, I just want your time. You feel me? Just lend me your ear for a second.
Yeah. I give you that one, boy, because hey, look, I let somebody pass me by and be like, man, I ain't finna give you $2-3, but you did it the right way, where you just like, man, look, here you go. It ain't cost me nothing but $5.99 and a little bit of my time, so I'm gonna just give it to you for free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I just always been the type of person where I felt like, you know, I look at it from like everybody's standpoint, not just from the seller, but the consumer too. Like, And I see people all the time trying to get $2-3 for their CDs, and that shit really don't be working for them. I feel like you be more of like a bug than anything. You know what I'm saying? A nigga don't like, that's what we say where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Nigga being a bug, like a nigga don't want to be a bug, so look, I'm gonna just give you this shit.
Yeah, so you just did it at school. You ain't never post up in front of no gas station, no stores where everybody be at and get off.
Nah, I ain't got that story. Well, you know, look, a lot of other rappers got that story. I ain't got that story.
Well, I was that nigga. Well, I used to sit in front of them stores where people used to go. I don't know if you remember back in the days, they used to have that jacket with like SpongeBob on it,
right,
the racer jacket. Like, boy, look, I used to post up in front of those stores. In my city, they call it Mr. Q's. And you know, I stand outside and get off, man. Just give me $1, bro. I know you can do $1, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I'm young. I'm doing my music. Just give me $1, and I get a lot of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Just off the strength. So So,
but you know, Perry's so small.
Yeah.
You can really you gonna see everybody you need to see within a day.
Yeah.
You ain't really got to post. It's so small down there. Like one CD gonna travel through like 10 people.
Yeah. And that's the next topic. So Kodak Music.
Right.
I met Kodak Music in Perry, and we had like a little rap session in the back. Everybody was drunk. Everybody was high.
That was an epic night.
It was epic. Oh my God. I still see it in my mind right now, how the tables were set up and everybody around and everybody just like, everybody taking off. And I remember your verse, because it's like, I didn't seen everybody else music, but you was the only one who, you know, me and Sleeves and CEO them rolled together, and everybody like, boy, look, you know, Kodak this. And I'm like, Kodak, who is Kodak? Oh, you will meet him. That's bruh.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how I met you. I'm like, okay, Kodak. And I remember, you know, I'm like, man, who this Kodak dude is that they talk about? And I remember you popped out of nowhere. Who you talking about? That's, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I probably remember about the first 2 lines of that, but bro, I do not remember that rap, bro. But it was just like,
I remember, bro. Yeah, that's me. AKA, yeah, that's me.
Man, I was so nervous that night. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people around, and I was like the youngest one in the building at the time. I felt like I was you know what I'm saying? So it was like I had a lot of pressure on me because like everybody was in my hometown. I felt like all the eyes was like really on gonna be like on me. Like, okay, what we got coming from our hometown? We got these other people, but what we got, it's like track and field. Like we got all these other people out here running, but the one in the 5th lane, that's us though. He from our hometown. Like what he finna do?
He got to get off.
Yeah, so it was just like, man, but you know, Kodak was just, you know what I'm saying? That was like my transition from A-Love to Kodak Music was like me trying to figure out what lane I wanted to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like at the time, you know, a lot of my music was kind of like changing. I felt myself changing, and I was also like the type of person that I never wanted to really be caught off guard. I never wanted to really be caught slipping as far as like fashion and how I look when I go places and how I'm put together. So it kind of just made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Kodak Music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm photogenic. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was thinking back then in them days. You know what I'm saying? So that was me.
That was a part of your song too that you said, cut your camera phone out, pull your camera phone out right now, AK, I'm so amazing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yo, and it's, bro, I remember, if you give me some time, bro, I'll probably remember that whole verse. Because I remember I called you not too long ago, and I think I told you the verse. You said the same thing. I don't remember. It was either you or Joe. I called, and I was like, I rapped that whole verse.
Yeah.
Because I remember that whole verse.
Yeah, that was them the days, man. I mean, you know, music for me back then was like everything. You know what I'm saying? I was going, at that point in time, I was going my hardest.
Yeah,
I was going my hardest back then, and I ain't really have a lot of influences in my hometown to go off of, because I felt like at that time it was just me making the music.
Yeah, so it ain't really no other. I only heard by, and this, I only know a couple people in Gainesville from Perry like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, hearing about y'all music scene. Joe say he rapped a little bit, but I also know that Joe modeled and he was a boxer as well.
Yeah.
And you know, I know his brother sing.
Yeah.
I know that Dre Drizzle used to rap.
Yeah.
And I don't really hear about too many other people from Perry. So who is it in the city, if it is?
I mean, this is a sensitive topic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, want like some type of credit, you know what I'm saying, for the music scene, but just keeping it 100, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it 1,000. Like when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, when I was 15, 15, 16, starting to rap, nobody was doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just, it's a bunch of people in Perry that know how to freestyle, and that used to be the thing, like, oh, light the fire barrel up. Let's sit around the fire barrel and freestyle. Or like we at high school, we in the courtyard. Let's freestyle before class. Or let's freestyle on the bus. Like somebody beat on the table, make a beat. Let's freestyle. But nobody wasn't doing it the way I was doing it, as far as like MySpace had just came out, and I figured out how to upload my music on MySpace. So I was actually recording the music and putting it out. You know what I'm saying, on another level. Not to take away from everybody's musical talents, because there's a lot of talent in Perry. I'm just saying that I felt like I was the one that people looked at and was like, damn, that nigga took it to another level. Like I can take it to another level too. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because before that, people wasn't doing it how we doing it now. Even now, it's a bunch of people in Perry that's rapping, but I don't think they really figured out how to take it to that next level like I did.
Yeah, so you, at the time, it was like the Soulja Boy of Perry.
I started that shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I feel Soulja like.
Hey, straight up. It's not a lot of people who can do what you did. Even in my city, I was a little older than you when I started doing what you did at 15, 16. I was a little bit older than you. I dropped out of school at like 17, and I was in a program for a year and a half. I got out of program, and then I moved to Tampa and went to college, tried college out, didn't work, and I went straight back to the city and got back in the streets. So it's like, you know, like I was like at 20 because I got out the program. I'm still doing music, but I wasn't really like, I'm trying to get back on my feet once I got out the program. So at 20 years old, now I'm standing in front of stores with CDs. Me and like 2 or 3 of my brothers, we just out passing CDs out. We stopping everybody coming out the store, handing CDs out. And, you know, I knew Joe because I don't even know if you know how I know Joe. Joe actually dated my sister.
Okay. Sound like Joe.
That sound like Joe.
Sound like Joe.
Hey, Joe dated my sister, and when I met Joe, you know, my sister told him, like, look, you know, my brother here, he finna come get a haircut. You know, kind of look out for him because, you know, I had a warrant. I was on a run at that time. Yeah. So he seen me and he, you know, he tried to give me some advice on how I need to start moving. And I'm like, man, I don't even know you, bro. Just cause you hitting my sister or whatever, just cause you talking to my sister. I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm like, bro, I don't really know you like that. But he came off so genuine. And he came off funny, like he a funny dude. Yeah. He a funny dude. He joke a lot, and you know, at that time, he had like 3 trap houses in the city. Mm-hmm. So when I'm seeing, like, I go back out to my boy, I'm like, man, dude, funny as hell. He cut my hair. He making me laugh a lot. I'm like, shit, I ain't got time for that shit though. Bro was like, oh man, that dude cool. Sleeves, he cool. Yeah. He got like 3 trap houses. Shit don't even move around here without him. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, stop it. But I ain't realized that it took him like 3 hours to cut my hair, bro.
Yeah, that nigga ain't gonna. Yeah, you gonna beat up for a while.
Yeah,
He gonna get you right though. But you gonna beat up for a while.
He gonna get me right, boy. But hey, boy, 3 hours. I ain't realized the whole time he kept saying, "Hold on." People was coming behind me.
Yeah.
And he was doing his 1-2, and I'm like, damn, I ain't know that. And then I came over there one day. I bought my CD. He stopped my CD, and he started over. And I'm like, what you started over for? I want to hear this shit when I'm high.
Yeah.
Bruh had that lit up. He blowing. He cutting my hair at the same time. He'll run it back. I like that. What you need to do right here is you need to add this right here. And you need to do this. And I'm like, nigga, who got you to the point where you can like orchestrate how I put my music in? He was right. A lot of times he was right. You need to add this right here. You need to do this. And I was like, bro, if you gonna keep doing this to me every time I bring my music over here, you need to put yourself in a position to, you know what I'm saying, bro? Because think about it. You got the money.
Right.
Because you're doing your thing. I ain't looking at your pockets, but I'm like, bro, you got the money. I'm doing my 1-2. If we come together, we can make a lot of stuff happen. People know you already because you in the streets for real.
Yeah.
I'm in the streets for real on the east side of town. He was on west side. I'm on the east side. So I'm like, bro, we can really put something together and go for a run in the city because we both in the streets. We both got a name out here in the city. So let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, let's think about this for a week and I'm going to get back to you. He got back to me by saying, let's go to the studio.
Joe a real nigga, man.
He is.
Yeah, Joe a real nigga, man.
He is. We went to the studio. Bruh pulled out some money. He paid the engineer. Let's get it. I booked 5 hours. We in this bitch all night. Let's get it.
Yeah. And that's, I met Joe through his brother. You know what I'm saying? I met Joe through Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Because, Lewis, he been around in my, he friends with my uncle. They grew up together. So, we've been like family for a long time. And I had Lewis in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Joe used to come down there. Man, I had niggas in Perry that didn't even fuck with me in the studio. And I ain't know it at the time.
Yeah. His brother a cool dude. I ain't really been around his brother too many times.
Man, the funniest nigga you would ever meet, dog. You think Joe funny?
Yeah. And
listen,
see,
Joe get the funny shit from that nigga, man. That nigga super funny.
Hey, look, Joe done had a lot of niggas in the city rolling off of bullshit. I remember one night, that nigga, me and Dre, and Dre as well.
Yeah,
so it's
shout
like,
out to Dre, man.
Shout out to Dre Dressler. We in the city. I hit the club. I did a song with a Crip dude, and like some blood dudes had a problem with it.
Yeah.
So they tried to step down. Now I ain't blood or Crip, but I know Bloods and Crips.
Right.
Dude tried to run down on me in the club, so I left out the club going to get that iron. I go to Dre house. I'm like, Dre, man, ride back up here with me. Dre was like, man, let me get in the car and go see what Pat got going on. That nigga Joe say, I said, Joe, man, let's go, man. We finna ride on the nigga. You know if it about you, nigga, I'm gonna die about you, nigga. That nigga Joe say, man, I ain't finna go to the club fucking with you, nigga. I'm finna have a daughter soon, nigga. I ain't finna get fucked around and go to jail or die about you, nigga. I got a responsibility. You think I'm finna get a nigga shoot me in my ass about you, nigga, and this and this? I'm like, Joe, nigga, bro, this what we do, nigga. We put our life in the music and we really live this shit. That nigga Joe say, man, nigga, I ain't finna go around there fucking with you. That nigga had Dre in the street dying laughing. Dre in the middle of a main highway on his knees rolling.
Man, that nigga Sleaze.
That nigga Sleaze a fool. When I say he said this, and you know what? I was young and wild at the time. But I called him years after that, and I say, bro, I understand, bro.
Yeah.
I definitely understand. You saved my life, because if I would have went down there, ain't no telling where I would be at right now. But I stopped because of what you said. We argued so much, I ain't even want to go back downtown. I'm like, man, fuck downtown, man. This nigga that made me hot. But, man, we gonna get into Kodak music after this. We done had enough of Sleaze. Sleaze, boy, your ass a fool, boy, I tell you that much. But we gonna get back into Kodak music right after this commercial break.
Yes, sir.